Anyways, let's see. It looks like the remote to our garage is sitting on top of this water pump. What's it doing down here? There's nothing. It runs out of fuel. You can use the garage to fill it. Blah blah blah. Should check the garage. Okay. Anyways, as I was gonna say, what's nice about Silent Hill compared to like what's happened with horror games, for example, like Resident Evil. So Silent Hill games, the stories have always been different for each individual game, which is nice. And let's see. Oh, this is one of the creepiest cutscenes. Oh, I hate this cutscene so much.
Dad. What the hell are you doing? You know this place is off limits. I don't ever want to see you in here again. Are we clear?
I'm sorry. Yes. Yes, sir.
The first time I saw that cutscene, it really scared the hell out of me. Anyways, what's nice about Silent Hill compared to Resident Evil, for example, the games are different with each individual story and everything. What's nice is like these stories never explain why things are happening or what's happened to people and everything like that, aside from the fact that Silent Hill's pretty much taken over. But no one really knows like what Silent Hill is and everything like that, aside from like it actually being a location. It's like a state of mind that like overcomes an entire city or an entire family basically, and it sets it up to where like one person comes back and nothing is what it seems to be, and we are looking at a black screen that will not go away apparently, and I don't know why. Maybe it's gone now. Did I just jinx it? What happened? Are you gonna what? Please don't have a glitch. Thank you. Oh, I got really scared. Anyways, so it's a state of mind that like basically overtakes an entire city or like whatever it may be, or an entire family, and it like decides that like it's not gonna explain why it's happening, and there's no resolution as like people like leaving it. It's just like you deal with the problem that's going on and everything, and you leave asking more questions than you have more questions answered. And I think like for a horror game, that's what does really well, because I enjoy horror games that have more questions than they have answers. That's what keeps the players like kind of like at awe, or like kind of like remember the most about it. I think that's what games like this do really well. For example, like that's what was going on with Amnesia and everything like that. Like the atmosphere and the more questions and everything. While some questions were answered and everything, nothing was truly completely answered as to what was going on. And this guy needs to die. Sorry, bro. I killed your brother, but now I'm gonna kill you, and you need to deal with it like that. What we got here? We got ourselves a steel pipe. Ooh. Now we can go celebrate Festivus. And if anyone understands that reference, I applaud thee. Spam that button! Spam that button! Spam it! Spam it! Spam it! Not hard enough. That's what she said. Ooh, empty gas can. Oh, it's empty. That's right. I remember. Whoa, 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 whoa. Take that, bro. Take that. Cage match style. Just pound the face. Yeah, so that's whoa, glitch error. That's one of the things I like about horror games. And like, in my opinion, like the best formula that like you can set up for a horror game and everything, it's like atmospheric creep like that's never explained. And like one of the I think one of the big rule settings for Silent Hill not Silent Hill, horror games that always needs to be put in places. There always needs to be a set of rules that is established. For example, this zone is safe under these conditions and everything, or like upon grabbing these certain items and everything like that. Predominantly, oh crap. Predominantly like those moments where like this particular zone is safe, and that like if you're in here or you're at this particular spot, you will never be damaged or you will never be hurt. That's like, that was like, it adds like, there we go. I should have used the health drink. Crap. So it's stuff like that that does very well. In order to that like is a good rule of thumb. Certain spaces are safe and everything like that. You're free from harm. And like you establish that for about over half the game or something like that, and then you come back to that particular spot, and the game breaks that rule. That it decides, to screw with you. Like halfway through this game, it's no longer going to be safe. It's going to be a place of danger that you never saw coming, and something's going to be thrown at you. A good example of that was in Fatal Frame. If anyone doesn't know what Fatal Frame is, it's a PlayStation 2 Japanese horror game where you were battling the supernatural basically with a spiritual camera, and with the camera it like actually affected the ghosts and killed them in their supernatural state. And there were save spots that you would have to find. And in the save spots there was like a green like old camera, and you would save there. But there was moments where blah blah, I don't really care. There was moments where like if a ghost was near, the camera would be red and you couldn't save. And I've seen people do it to where like that's a rule broken, and like a ghost, like it would happen to a camera spot too that was completely safe beforehand. So you go back to it and now you're in complete danger and you don't know why, and then all of a sudden something jumps out at you and tries to kill you. It's stuff like that like really does well with horror games and everything, and that's what I love. Like stuff that like when developers break the rules that they establish for the player to feel comfort and ease inside a horror game, then it's great. I love that. That's what makes people remember horror games so much and remember that particular game. And like it's like also for the gamer's point, like when you're playing a horror game, if you feel comfort and ease, then you know something probably isn't right. Something's going to come at you that's going to kill you, or it's going to scare the hell out of you. And so like I always try to do it to where like in my state when I'm playing horror games and everything, I always try to like keep myself like sane with making sure like I don't get too much, like I want to get into the atmosphere enough to actually entertain people, but not enough to where like I'm actually thinking like it's reality, because that happens with some people, and like that's a good state to somewhat be in. But like you can't be too much into it, and you gotta be like, you cannot feel comfort and ease by any means whatsoever. The only place you ever can feel comfort and ease is in the pause screen. That's the only space that's actually safe. I mean, like right now, I actually feel comfortable and safe because I know nothing's gonna jump out at me, and that's what happens. Like that's what I think is what does great. How do you do this? Let's see, there we go. We are gonna fill up this gas can here and get rid of this water. Where it's gonna go, I don't know. I think where's it? Oh, it pumps it out into the next room, I think. But anyways, that's my take on what makes a good horror game and such like that, and what makes people remember horror games. But yeah. But good stuff. Anyways, I have some more horror games that I'm going to be playing and streaming and such like that. Once I get the better internet here, which is hopefully soon. Objectives, what's it say? You don't have any objectives. Well, that's great. I'm going to be streaming stuff like, there's a, I'll wait till I tell you afterwards. Okay, I guess that's it. One of my particular favorite things, like, about the Half-Life series is that, like, people modded the hell out of that game. There have been so many different mods, and some have gone mainstream, like Counter-Strike and everything like that, while others haven't. And there have been a bunch of different, okay. There's been a bunch of different horror mods that have been developed for the Half-Life, on the Half-Life engine or the Source engine. And one of them was called Cry of Fear, and that was a complete Half-Life duo, completely redoing the Half-Life game, or completely taking all. It's just basically restarting and like developing its own game, basically. Josh's backpack. There's a photo inside. That is creepy. Odd. But so these guys basically developed an entire horror game through it, and I love it when people do that and like put it out there for people to play and enjoy. And Cry of Fear is one of the good examples. Another good example was there was a mod called Nightmare House, and it was a short little horror mod that actually was really freaky. And then for the Half-Life Episode 2, there was a sequel called Nightmare House 2. I played a little bit of it, but I didn't get to play a lot of it because I never owned Episode 2 of Half-Life 2. And I was able to run in a Half-Life 2, I think it was, whatever it was. I ran it on one of the other Half-Life games, and it ran, but the problem was textures wouldn't load all the way. We'd have purple checkered boards everywhere and everything. But now I find, due to the Steam winter sales, thankfully, and like $4, I now own all the Half-Life episodes, including Episode 2. So one of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to be live streaming the horror mod called, not Cry of Fear, sorry, it's Nightmare House 2. And hopefully within the next week or two we have some stronger internet, because I hate dealing with the internet that we're on. Currently, like, my household is on 10 down and 1 up, and that just makes me cringe inside. And yeah. So we're going to be live streaming some Nightmare House 2 and etc. etc. It's going to be a lot of fun. Also on the 12th, depending on when this is uploaded, this hopefully will be uploaded soon before then. But on the 12th, we're going to be doing a 1-year celebration of live streaming with All Around Gamers podcast. We're going to be having people come over and everything, watching some of our favorite highlights, and I will tell you more after this cutscene. Oh, wait, is that it?